Hello, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Rabil, and this is yeah, this is today I will start with the prayer that may you have more and more smiles on your face and more hope in your heart, and you will go towards your journey and towards your goals with lot of belief and faith. So this is me, Rabia Nasir Mahmood, and you also know me by the name of Rabil as my nickname. So today I have a special guest who is Leland Best, and I just want to mention that thank you so much the people who are joining me now and the people who will join me later. So I just want to mention that like today the topic is broadcasting, live broadcasting. If you have any questions regarding that, you can ask me. And my guest is just here, and I just want to yes, he is here, and without any delay I just bring him in. So Leland is here, and I just add you without delay. We just have half an hour, and I hope that I will make it more and more productive. Aima is here. Thank you so much for joining my show, for joining this live conversation. Abdul Zahir is here. How are you after a long time? Yes, how are you? I hope that you are fine. And he is here. I'm so happy. Hi Leland, how are you?
Hello, Rabia. How are you today? Assalamu alaikum.
I am fine. And what about you?
Well, it's a nice and sunny day. It's going to get very hot today here, probably with an index of about 100. So I'm trying to keep myself in the shade, just kind of waiting around for my wife to get out of an appointment that she has this morning. So I thought I'd join you on a broadcast and hang out for a few minutes.
Oh, that was lovely, and thank you so much that you joined me from here, from USA, Michigan, if I pronounce the name of the city correctly. Yes, first and the one first question that I want to ask from you is that what is your introduction? Like I know that you have been doing broadcasting for a long time, and I have that's why I just brought out this topic,
Mhm.
live broadcasting with Leland Best, uh, uh, today. But I just want to know your introduction, more
Okay.
about you, where you born and what your studies and everything.
Absolutely. Well, I was born in a small little farming community here in Michigan. And when we say where we live, we usually go like this and we point to an area on the map because Michigan looks exactly like a mitten. It's kind of when you move into a state that's shaped like a mitten, expect cold weather, and we get it quite often. I was actually born over in this area here near the mitten, in the thumb is what we call it, in the thumb area. And then I grew up and went to school down near Detroit, Michigan, which is a well-known city, obviously, but I was just north of that by about an hour. Did all of my basic K through 12 studies in one community. Went to school in a little town called Lake Orion, where my parents still live today, along with a lot of my family. My brothers, sister-in-laws,
Great.
and family are also there. But I visit there every now and then. When it comes to my life in general, I've actually been married a few times. I have two children from my first marriage. I have one child from my second
Mm-hmm.
marriage, and now I've been married for 10 years to the wife that I'm with, Jenna. You've probably seen her broadcasting with me in the past at some point or another. And we live in a small
Yes.
little two-bedroom house on the river here in the town known as Corunna, which is, again, now we're toward the middle of the state. We're not off in the thumb anymore, but um, it's a farming community. It's mostly corn and soybeans and cattle and livestock. So that's really what it's like around here. You saw a minute ago, I didn't get a chance to show your audience though. I'm actually sitting outside
Oh, lovely.
the Shiawassee River right now. If I held the camera up high enough, you'd be able to see it. But I'm just off the shore of a small little park, a community park down the road from where my wife's at currently. So I'm just running off the 4G signal, hoping that this doesn't fail during the broadcast. Other than that, I went to school
Oh, thank you
as
so much for.
mostly. Well, let me tell you one thing about me that not a lot of people know is I used to want to get paid to draw. I never expected to do broadcasting at all. I just wanted to be an artist. And I went to high school and did a few years of radio and television broadcasting, and then went into the public sector on what was called at the time like a public access channel through the cable network. So I could use their studio, their equipment, and all that kind of stuff. And then I fell away from it because the company went down and closed its doors. So I went into civil engineering for 25 years, changed my whole career, and did that instead. And it wasn't until around 2006, uh, I won't say thanks to a divorce, but after a divorce, I went into DJing again and started to DJ at the local establishments where I was living in Saginaw. That was the Bay Area up here. And after that, it was it. So I've gone on a mic now since 2005, actually, and haven't turned back since. It's all mics and cameras now.
Oh, lovely. So you have a chance to come back to your passion, and after a long, long time, you are just working with that. And meanwhile, I just want to say to my audience that today we have a topic because they were asking. Today we have a topic: live broadcasting, the way we are doing, a simple way, and the way the different way that our guest today will tell us. Live broadcasting with Leland Best, which is our guest. And the people, I just want to say to you that share our live video on your timeline, so your friend also know about our efforts and our initiative to connect the world.
Yeah.
So yes, what do you think, that what is broadcasting then, Leland?
Well, to me, live broadcasting where it stands now isn't what it used to be. Live video broadcasting has been around for 20 or 30 years. A lot of people tend to forget that, but it's at the time, the bandwidth available on the internet was so limited that it took forever to send a signal. You had all this waiting time for someone to respond to your comments, things of that nature. Now we have real-time communications, which allow us to connect all the way around the other side of the world instantly. It's not about waiting for that connection anymore. So for us to be able to come out and do a live video together like you and I, this is Jetsons stuff. If you recall the old Jetsons cartoons that were made here in America, where they got on video phones in the 25th century or whenever it was, and we've already gotten to that point long before the 25th century. So let's take advantage of it.
Oh, great. Fine. So my third question actually is that what are the difficulties you have been faced in that? You are telling that in the past years, like the signal was not so correct, and other difficulties. But what are the difficulties that you have faced along the time
Well,
when you are doing it since 2006 and 2005?
yeah, when you start with the fact that, yes, like you mentioned, everything has grown in leaps and bounds. So the ability to produce a signal and have fun and enjoy it is much greater now than it was years ago. But I think the biggest hurdles we've always had are connecting with an audience and creating a community. And that's one of the things that a lot of people tend to forget to do. They just come out, they turn on a camera, they start talking, they think that everybody in the world is going to show up at their broadcast, and it's not the case. It's something that you really have to work at. You have to spend some time trying to find those channels that agree with your thought process, your worldview, whatever it might be that you're trying to communicate. You need to find those people that want to hear that message that you have. So that I think is the biggest struggle, is just finding that community and the followers.
Hmm. So did you overcome that, and how you will work with that?
Well, it really takes the time to just get to know the fact. People only follow you if they know, like, and respect you. And in order to learn that, you have to just be yourself. You can't try to come out on a camera and be a television commercial or try to be someone you're not. The whole principle behind this channel of communication, especially with the people that are working with Rayhan, are to connect the world one video at a time, to just sit down here and talk about world views and the problems we all face as individuals, human issues, not just world issues or political issues, or even religious issues get set aside for the sake of learning more about each other. So we can't hide
Yeah.
ourselves now. We have to be able to show our true selves. That's the most important part.
Yeah, and this is the thing, and this is the purpose that we are doing it because, like now we have the advantage to talk to anyone sitting here in my home. I am talking to a lot of people, and I learned a lot from them, from their cultures and the differences and the similarities among them.
Mhm.
And this is beautiful. But I have this question. I like in the and I will ask you about that, the circle that we are in. But my fourth question is that what are the advantages you see in the live broadcasting? What do you feel that these are the really advantages?
Well, I think it depends on what perspective you're using it for. A lot of people use live streaming for different purposes. Some, it's just family and friends connecting as individuals so that they can share their experiences that happen day to day, life experiences, whether they're good or bad, doesn't really matter. They're all shared in live video. The other aspect of it is whether or not you're using it for a business reason. And when you start to use live video in your business, you kind of have to connect your personal end with it. Otherwise, you just become another commercial and you become more noise in the airwave. And I think what we really need to try to do is, when we look at it from an advantageous perspective, how can we use it to our advantage? It's that we can connect at a whole different level now with our communities than we ever could before. It's not like we're mailing out flyers, we're not sending emails, we're not making cold calls on the phone to talk to people to drum up leads or prospects or anything like that. The whole idea that the way I use it, I come out here on video and I show people who I am and I let them know what I do for a living and I show them how I got to where I am now and what I intend to do later. And that's what really drums up people's curiosity. So as they continue to understand you better, then the advantage becomes, wow, I've just not only formed a client customer relationship with this individual, I may have also just formed a new friendship. So that's what I believe is the greatest advantage to live video.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And the next question is that, like, because we also have to take care of the time,
Yeah, yeah.
and I really respect that you are giving me the half an hour, and I think that I try to make it productive.
I wish
The
it could
question
be
that I
more.
have, I will ask, and then yeah, and then I just want to ask you the other sharing as well.
Sure.
So my next question is that, what do you recommend to new broadcasters, like, or the new broadcaster like me? I just started it like last December. So what is the, like, what do you recommend me to
Well,
me?
I think you're doing a fantastic job, by the way, Rabia, for all that you've been expected of from those that are kind of moving some of the things around for us here. I mean, obviously, when it comes to the newbie, I'm going to just use that term that's used throughout the world when it comes to video and gaming and things like that. Don't try to overcomplicate things. Just try to go with the simple fact. Robbie and I are sitting here in a Facebook Live with two cell phones. Well, she could be on her PC, I'm sure, but I'm on a cell phone. And I'm just sitting here doing a video with her in a park setting out in the middle of nowhere. As long as I have a signal, I'm good. So don't get complicated with all this fancy software that you see me talking about all the time, all the hardware that I like to incorporate in my process. That's for people who have either had the training to do so or want to learn more and want to dig deep into the books and the numbers and the processes and the systems. For now, just start slow, do a recording, get it done, and go out there and have some fun. Don't make it so difficult.
Oh, that's great. Okay, fine.
Well, I got a couple.
I take care of this point.
Well, I can add to that. There are plenty of free sites like Facebook, YouTube. I would say start with something like a Facebook Live and just do that with your phone. And then if you want to advance into YouTube, be prepared for a much different audience. There tend to be a lot more trolls on YouTube than you'll find ever on Facebook. And then there's all kinds of other softwares that you can use for free. I'll just name two right off the bat. One you're familiar with, which is BeLive.tv, and the other is actually
Mm.
Stage10.tv, which is free to anyone with less than 10,000 subscribers. Has a lot of really cool features that you can use, and it won't be long. If you haven't heard the news, Vidpresso was just picked up, their employee staff was, by Facebook. And I was their community manager over there for some time, but the whole process that they've developed for live video will soon be incorporated into Facebook. So in some way, shape, or form, and I'm not at liberty to speak on it, but the fact is video is changing and evolving every day, and Facebook is going to give us the tools we need at some point to make some really cool production. So just wait it out.
Mm. Yes, I agree with you. Okay, fine. So the next question is that, what are the benefits you feel that we have now working with social media?
Well, the community's here already. Facebook has, what, 2 billion
Mhm.
people on it now, or over 1 billion people. Who knows how many people are ever going to stop coming to Facebook? YouTube's kind of the same way. The community continues to grow at enormous rates. The videos just keep piling up over and over. So we have those channels that are always available to us. I think Twitter's really going to make a big leap here soon, a little more so than they have already. But what you need to discover is the niches that you're working in or that you're playing in. You can't just go out and start using social media accounts as a way to just plaster videos all over the internet and hope that you get some traction. You need to first connect with those individuals that are like-minded, the ones that do what you do or think like you think or enjoy the activities that you like. And then you can start using social media to your advantage.
So we have to like people around us who are like-minded, who like to work with us, who appreciate our work, and who also try to work with us. Like when I started Leland, I just saw a few people around me who are talking to each other. Like, but now I feel that there are people who are doing that,
Oh, yeah.
and I feel great. I feel that's great. And I also find the people who are also working for long. I have my friend Steve, and I just started live videos. I think 2016. I also shared the page with you, the
Yeah.
visionaries.
Yes.
You know, that was my first time I have done these live videos from using Be Live with an Englishman. That was a whole different experience for me. And I just want to say thank to you, Steve, that at the time you was with me. And then I started, and then I do live videos
Yeah.
after coming to Rehan Bhai Circle, and then it goes on.
And
But
I'm
it's so lovely that I have lovely friend around me.
well,
And
thank
now
you.
you can speak.
No, I think it's a wonderful thing too. And Robbie, I just need you to know I watch and I see what you're doing out here in this circle. And I'm impressed with the fact that you started really with not understanding the process at all. I've gotten years of training in video production, and I watch folks like yourself that come out here and just grab it and run with it. And you've done a wonderful job of getting comfortable on camera and being able to share all of the information and people that you're connecting with. And, you know, you mentioned the gentleman from the UK, Stephen Healy, who we worked closely with together as well, the two of us on Across the Pond, which was a production we did to connect the US with the UK. And that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about shows that connect different ethnicities, different cultures, different personalities, different languages. That's really what makes it that much more interesting.
Fine, fine.
I have to
Okay.
ask you, Rabia,
So
no, go ahead.
yeah.
Go ahead.
So I just have a little bit 3 questions. Yes, but you can ask.
Well, the reason I wanted to ask, and I saw a picture on your profile, and this is why live video does what it does, okay? I saw a picture that was rather disturbed. Like, were you injured recently, or do you have an issue that you're trying to take care of? I saw images, and I'm only saying this for the sake that this is why this is important. This is why live video is so important. I see people that struggle every day with issues. I have a lot of issues going on myself right now that I'm struggling with. And it's that connection that we can make with people to say, hey, are you doing okay? Is everything all right in your world over there that, you know, you might want to talk about or share? And I know this isn't the place for you to share this. It's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying, Rabia, is I see your experiences as well out here on Facebook and in social media. So I just want you to know every time we see things, as we connect and we see things that happen to our friends personally, it hits us right here. I mean, it does. It's like we want them to know that we see this and that we care how they're doing. So I just want you to know I care about how you're doing. And if you ever want to talk, let me know. So we're always here. That's what we're trying to create here.
Okay, thank you so much for your concern. And because the video is just like the connection goes low, but I understand that this is the power of the circle. When we share the feeling that we are going through, we can get more and more prayers. You know,
Yes.
I have my right middle finger gets swollen, and it's swollen so badly, like it just goes black.
I saw that.
It just slow. Yeah,
Mine
like
has
it's so
done the same
like
thing.
bad, but
I'll let you know. I've run into very serious issues in the past, but please, please just make sure you make that an effort to get that looked at as soon as you can. I know I've run into issues before. Our son has run into an issue with a blood poisoning, which it's detrimental but it can be reversed very quickly, and that could be caused by an infection. It could be an infection, or it could be just a cutoff of the circulation in your finger as well that's causing the blood to back up in your finger. So you might want to see whether there's something pinched here at the knuckle. So I know the feeling. I've seen this type of stuff before. So have it looked at. Make sure it gets taken care of.
Yeah, I just like I am just visiting doctor for this,
Okay, good.
and it was not a like a big issue at starting. Like it was just itching, and then it go like it just swell out. But I hope that it will goes fine.
Okay.
So my next question is that how you see okay, this is a question like how you see Rihan circle, like when you don't, we are not in our circle, and when you come, when you started to follow, or Rihan by follow you, how you met.
Well, the way we met was kind of ironic. I was out in a broadcast somewhere that Rayhan saw on live video, and it was probably through, it could have been through Be Live TV that I was broadcasting at the time, but I was using my own softwares and making a fancy display of what I normally do with my graphics. And he posted something in Pakistan that said, "Meet Leland Best. He's one of the greatest live broadcasters over in the U.S." And I was like, "What? Who is this Rayhan guy?" And all of a sudden, I was very popular in Pakistan. And next thing I knew, I was on the Mary Connie show with Fahad Yonis. And it wasn't long before I just started to connect with everyone I possibly could that wanted to know more about what I was doing in broadcasting in Pakistan. So it was just a really wild, eye-opening experience for me. And Rayhan and I connected on a little different level than most. He's visited me at my home. He came over here and we did a video production of John Lennon's. Can you imagine? What's the name of the song? I can't remember the name of the song. Oh gosh, that's embarrassing. But we
Oh,
did karaoke at the house. We had a huge dinner. His family, we had his daughter and his son and a friend of his Usman were here at our home. So we got to spend some time together, and it's just been so enjoyable. Just getting to know his family of friends in Facebook alone is enough to keep you busy for the rest of your life.
okay. So how was like after meeting him and talking to lot of people here in Pakistan, what is your experience? Because I think that if we just connected to TV
Mhm.
and they tell us the wrong things, and but the social media is changing the perspective of the people. So what is your, does your perspective change, or you already have a different perspective?
Before I answer that question, can I ask you what time it is, Rabia? Because I'm very concerned we might be rolling over the time here.
Yes, we just have 10 minutes.
Oh, we do have
Yeah,
10 minutes.
we
Okay,
just have
so
10
it's
minutes.
it's 20 after then. All right, no, we're good to go. So let me try to encapsulate your question here. Just in short words, what is it you'd really like to know the most about my perspective as to where live streaming is going to go in the future, or what we can do with it? Ask me that question one more time because some of it was up in my head.
Okay, I just want to like, what does your perspective changes? Like some as if we are just listening to the news, they are telling that this country is this country is this,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah, I'm
these are
sorry.
your enemies,
Absolutely.
and like this. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that to a level that I think a lot of people will understand. If you're living your life based on what you see in social media or on the news right now, then you're missing the point. You're not getting the information you should be getting. You should be out talking to the people who are actually in these countries across the world, because they're not what everybody portrays them to be. I don't care who you are. People portray America to be both loving and hateful, and we're right in the middle. We have people on both sides of that fence in this country, just like any other country. Every country out there has the same societal thing going on. There's good and there's bad on both sides. And yet we seem to make
Mhm.
a generalization across the board that this country or these people or that ethnicity or that group is good or bad. And you can't do that. That's simply false thinking. If you try to do that, you just put everybody into a big melting pot and say that they're all the same, and they're not. So we really have to just connect, and that's what I think is the most important thing, what we're doing now. is we're taking people from different countries, and like Amy Carrier's classroom, where we're working together with Rayhan and the rest of the team to get mentors from every country on the planet to come together and say, look, this is how we need to teach these kids going forward, that there aren't differences between us just based on our skin color, the way we look, or the way we talk. That's why it's so important what we're doing right now. We have to make sure people understand we want to build a global community of people who just want to share and be a loving bunch of all it means.
Yeah, and really, it's really beautiful to learn from our elders, from the people who are more experienced than us, and to learn like we are all the same. And thank you so much, Leland, that you
Oh,
you
anytime.
you people are here, and there are a lot of mentors that we get after like coming here talking to the people. You know, it's really great.
Absolutely. And we
So
appreciate it. We do.
yeah.
And we appreciate what you do as well, because you're focusing on those individuals that mean something to the community, that can help produce results. And that's what's most important, is to find those individuals that are looking to push things forward.
Hmm. Okay, fine. So the my I just have two questions
Mhm.
left. How many people like you meet in real after talking to Facebook Live? Do you make
Ooh.
friends?
Yeah, actually we have. I won't be able to count or probably even know how many we've actually made friends with, but Rayhan was a perfect example of someone who had never met live, but showed up at my door one day. We've done the same as well. My wife and I have actually journeyed through the states to go to places like from Michigan to North Carolina or Florida or Arizona, and met people who we've only known in social media places before, and actually became really good friends. And it builds that relationship even tighter, because it's one of those things that you don't know each other at all face to face. You've never held each other's hand or shook each other's hand or given each other a hug or whatever. So it gives you that opportunity after knowing someone for so long. Hey, we finally got to connect. And I think we see that a lot nowadays, more often, because people are making an effort afterwards. It's just, social media isn't enough anymore. People just need to be able to be one on one, face to face, eye to eye, and have some real communication.
Yeah, I agree. So fine. We just have 5 minutes left,
Okay.
and before asking the last message, like what is your message? I just want to ask, like, what is the most memorable, like a story or moment of your life?
Oh, a moment in my life that's most memorable. Well, everybody usually uses the children one when your kids are born. I'm not going to go that route. I think for me, it was when my eyes opened to the fact that truth is a journey, that you can't really discover truth unless you seek it. It just doesn't come to you. What comes to you mostly is hidden. What usually is on the surface is what you're not looking for. It's those things that people want you to see. So the moment you realize truth is a journey, you have to take yourself, you have to go and seek it. That's when you're going to realize, you're going to have an epiphany of yourself, of your own self. Realize that everybody has their own truth, and until you have your own self truth, then you really can't stand ground with all those others who have taken this leap of faith off the edge and just gone for it. So uh, that's really what I hope everybody does.
Okay, yes, I hope that the journey of truth we all taken. I think we are all on the journey, but sometimes
Mhm.
some people reach earlier and some people reach later. But
Absolutely.
we have the prayer for all the people. So my last question is that thank you so much, Leland, for giving such a
You're welcome.
beautiful time. And then my like the last question: what is your message for the people who are watching now and the people who are will watch later?
This is always the one that bothers me the most, is trying to put that message out there, because I've always worn so many hats in my life. So I've always seemed to have had a message of different variations. But I think for me now, it comes down to the fact that make effort to be part of that community, family, whatever connections you're trying to make here in social media. Make sure you're giving your best to be your most truthful self. Don't come out here trying to make friends by making yourself think you're better than you are or better than anyone else. Or, there's an old song here in the US that was written by a gentleman by the name of Brad Paisley that says, "I'm so much better online." And what's that to say? It's to say that people like to hide themselves behind a facade on social media so that they can be something they're not. That's not what social media was intended to be. It never was. So my best advice to you that are broadcasting, come out here, grab a camera, grab a microphone, be your honest to goodness self, and don't try to hide anything, because those are the people that you want to be around anyway, are the people who don't try to put the wool over your eyes, hide the truth from you. So get to know those people and you'll become a much better person in the end yourself. So that's the best advice I have ever.
Okay, thank you so much for the beautiful advice, and I hope that I'll yeah. Since now, like 2 minutes are remaining,
Okay.
and I just want to, like, at the end, I just want to let's see the comments and overview the comments.
Yeah, I gotta go
And
over
I
these.
just want to say
There they
thank you
are.
so much, everybody. Hassan Faisal, Chaudhry Umar Farooq, and Babar Ali from
Oh,
Jammu
Farouk's
Kashmir,
here. Awesome.
Shabnam. And Mia Bilal was saying that, hey, Leland, best.
Hey,
How are
Mia.
you? Glad to see you again live with Rabia.
Yeah,
So
and I
here's
shared this.
Lal, who is
Yes. And
saying
just so
hello to
you know,
you.
Robbie, I shared this out with Amy Carey's classroom so that there will be some of the people over there who will also see this broadcast along with my page out at Leland Best Live. And if anyone is ever looking to make the next step into live broadcasting, my website is bcblive.com. Just go check it out. All the links are there to find all the stuff you need to do live broadcasting. And if you ever have any questions, just let me know.
Yeah, I'll definitely ask
Okay.
when you have time about live
Yeah, right.
broadcasting the way you are doing.
All right. I
So
gotta
thank you
fly,
so much for your
Rabia.
time,
Yep, I
Leland.
gotta get on the road and get out of here. So I hate to cut it short, but I'll be definitely giving you some more time later where we can sit down and chat with your audience and make sure that if they have any questions, I can sit here and answer them for them. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so
All
much.
right.
God bless you. Bye
Take care.
bye.
All right. God bless. Bye bye.
Take care. Bye bye. So I just have, I think the people who are watching, I just want to say thank you so much, and I just want to, like, conversate with you people in English, because today my guest is medium conversation medium English, is that so he can understand it well. The people who are watching me here now, I just want to say thank you so much to you. Today the topic is very informative, like how to start live broadcast. And I have a question from my guest, who is Leland Best, who is living in Michigan, USA. And as he explains, I respond to my questions very beautifully, that be the best and be the truthful and honest with yourself. Don't hide yourself in front of camera. The way you are, show yourself the way you are. And we all have problems. I have problems, but most of the time I have big smiles on my face. It's because I have such a family, such a sporting family, such a beautiful family. My parents and all the people, my sister-in-laws, my nephew and niece. I am living in the joint family system, and I am so blessed that they are the people. Because of them, I am who I am. So I just want to say, also to you, like, we all have limitations, we all have fears, and we all have different set of beliefs in us. But we have to look into us and upgrade us and try to make us more a better person. I also have limitations, and when I realize, I just let go of them, the things that are keeping me and pushing me down. So I am so happy with myself. I always prefer to love our own selves, and I also do that. But I am telling you live that I also have the mindset that was actually bothering me. There are a lot of things in me that is bothering me, and then when I realize, I just let go all of them. Yes, so I just want to say thank you so much, Ehsan Malik, Kashish Arafat, Fasih Bilal, Sahil Ehsas, Fasih Billah, Kashish Arafat, Harun Iqbal, Rainul Kabir, Tamizuddin Zahir, Nadeem Bhai from Lahore, Abdul Zahir from Peshawar, Abdul Razak, Aima Khan, Harun Khan, Alex Bertlin, thank you so much, Alex from Sweden. Thank you so much, Naveed Hashmi, Hamza Chaudhary, and thank you so much, Hamza, for appreciating. Anup Sharma, Naveed Hashmi, Khabar Khan, Munawar Usmani, SM Suzuddin, Hisham Sarwar, Ansar Raza, Rifat Wani from Kashmir. Thank you so much. Pavinder Sandhu, A.H. Mehman, Rais Wani, Saif Malik, Muhammad Abu, Sayyid Ali, Naveed Hashmi, and Saif Malik, Asim Khan from Islamabad, Gulshan Raja, Thakur Usman, Ehor Riva, and Thakur Usman saying, how are you? I am fine, thank you. Mia Bilal, Shabnam, I already mentioned. Shabnam Akbar, Chaudhry Zia Sultan, Babar Ali from Jammu Kashmir, Hassan Faisal, Abu Ali, and some Hindi name here, Chaudhry Ahmed Khirana, Kailash, I guess, Salman, Naz Afzal, Ibrar Anjum, Tariq Sahab, thank you so much, sir, for wishing me a great health. Thank you so much for being around, for caring elders and our like a father. Thank you so much. Kishwar Fazana, Humayun Al Khundi, Kiraj Ibrahim Baloch, Muhammad Lukman, Sahil Biraj. Thank you so much, Sahil. How are you? I am fine, thank you. Hamna Nadeem and Sayyid Khan, Sahil Shehzad and Sahil B. Raj. I appreciate you every time. Thank you so much, little bro. And there is Jan Akbar who is saying salam. So I just want to say thank you so much, everybody here. And I just want to conclude the whole session. If you want to start a live broadcast, you have to just what I feel is that you have to just start it. And even if you don't know anything about that, you have to take one step, and the one step is just start it. And as my guest said that if you want to take a training, you have to go to Leland Best web's profile, message him, ask him. He has a long and vast experience about live broadcasting. He will tell you that how you can start it, how can you be camera friendly, and how can you be easily communicate with other and make a connection, make a network, and just show up and do the work, so he will helps you. And the most beautiful thing that he said, that be yourself and don't hide yourself, who you are, so you can have the real people around you. And yes, so and at the end I also want to say that pray for me, that because I have swelling on my finger. Usually I don't tell what I am going through, but it is so like it's so different, and it's so like my finger got swelled so huge. So I just share it, because health is wealth. You have to take care of your health. If you get healthy, because when I am healthy, I can do more. I have the courage, I have the more stamina. If you are watching me that I am feeling energetic, because I am not feeling pain here. My focus is here. But I just want to say you, because everybody is so concerned about my health. I hope that I will get my beautiful hands back, and I have a health. I have what should I say? I just have normal fingers that I have. So at the end, I just want to say that pray for me, and I also have a prayer for you, because whatever you have, whatever dreams you have, may God fulfill you. And if you are successful in your life, just be sportive and helpful for others. You don't know that what kind of things they are going through. So much prayers for you. Take care. At the end of my video, I just want to say to you that my message is love, and I hope that it will reach. At the end of my video, I just want to say I am from Multan, from Pakistan. Nadeem bhai saying that Thakur ka haath. Yes, it becomes Thakur ka haath. Now see this